Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So my bank has been a mess for years now, and I always promised myself after I'd get the quest cape I'd clean it out, after I'd max I'd clean it out. Well, I guess today is the day we're going to be cleaning it out. There is a lot of items in here that I don't really know if I want to get rid of or not, but I want to try and make as much bank space as I possibly can, and we're going to have to get rid of some items that I might be a little sentimental towards. Also in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some organizing tips and tricks to kind of make your bank better, easier to use, and just overall a better experience for your daily playing. Okay, so we're going to start this off by, first of all, depositing everything into the bank, and then we will head over to the wise old man right here and talk to him. And we need to go through an option where he can kind of find junk items for us. So if we talk to him, right, go to more, and then could you check my items for junk, please? And then he'll kind of go through everything here, all of your items, free-to-play members items. So these items you don't really need anymore, and you can actually just remove them. Okay, so we're actually going to be pretty brutal with this. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of items. As you can see at the start here, we have 953 slots. And I'll just quickly scroll through the bank right here. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like teleport to house. Why do I need that? Like, I'm an Iron Man, you know what I mean? Bones to peaches. A lot of this stuff, like, I can easily get back, right? So I won't be needing it. Yeah, there is a lot here. We'll scroll through the rest of it quickly so you guys can kind of see. All these seed packs, I guess I'll open them up as well. Just stuff that I don't really need or use, or there's no point of me having it in the bank at all. So especially like the drops tab, lots of stuff we can elk in here. Won't be elking all of it today, obviously, but there is quite a bit of junk, especially in my junk tab, right? And yeah. Okay, so when I first opened the bank here, I think it is good. Everything here is good. I need to find a place or something to actually put here, which I will do eventually, but we've got all of our runes here. I think that's most of the runes. If I even search in the bank, that should be all of the runes right there in that tab, right? So that's looking pretty good. We also have the marks of grace, different currencies right here, all the tools that I use pretty much daily as well. Graceful is good there as well. And then here's where it might start to get a little messy. We got some jewelry, which, burning, I guess we do use these a bit. Maybe the games necklaces. Apatol teleports. Don't know why I have those. So we're going to start by just taking that right out of the bank. House teleports. We have a max cape. Oh, God. These are good for Slayer. I think they have charges. This, for example, like the Pendant of 8s, I think this is the one that we have charged up. Can we just charge it with the rest of these tiers? Oh, you can only have 1,000 of it, so I don't even need these frozen tiers anymore. Why do they have a value? These unicorn horns, we don't really need those. This hat actually was from a clue scroll. Don't need that in the bank. I can put it in the house. Termites, I believe, are for a collection log slot that we need to do. This monocle, we can also probably put in the POH. Don't need that, don't need that. I want to keep these jewelry because I know I'm going to be using these later with thieving, but we'll have to find a new spot for them. They don't really belong in the first tab here. There's a 4-dose burning amulet. Don't really care about that. Dust battle staff, 6 of those. Why are they in the front tab here, though? You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is, like, items I really don't know what to do with, we're just going to chuck right into the junk tab right here, and we'll figure out what to do with those later. Huey Codal Hide, I guess that's a drop. We'll put it in my drops tab. Yeah, we're just going to kind of sort it all, make it sort of better. See, this is a perfect one right here. We have 42 hammers. Ever since we got the offhand hammer, I don't really need these anymore, so we can get rid of them, right? This is the old school jumper, right? Goes in the house. Yeah, the POH is really nice for things like this, like the prospector kit. I can always, like, if I need to, sort of like just take the whole kit out again. I got same with the pyro set. Oh, that does not belong in here. Seems we've already actually got a couple of those in here too. And I think we can actually store the Bruma torch in here too. There's like an offhand one. Nice. Check out some of these items here. We have the monocle. We have this nice hat, which I'm just going to be putting away. Oh, look at these items right here. We've got peaches, and you actually can't even take these out of the bank. So I literally, for peaches, have to literally drop them like this. Why, Jagex? Okay, well, that took a long time for no reason. Okay, so this is looking a little better now, obviously. We've got all the achievement diary gear, some jewelry that we'll probably use someday, like games necklaces, glories, burning amulets for the wilderness, slayer bracelets, bracelets of clay for if I want teleport tablets, right? And just some other stuff like these termites we could probably put into the junk tab, right? Even the orb of oculus, but I sometimes use that for videos. We got our clue scrolls here, which we should probably do. But I think the first tab is looking pretty good. There's probably a few things we could still get rid of, and I'm debating on what to put here. Maybe I'll put, say, the costume needle or even the enchanted lyra eye. Okay, so up next here is my seeds tab. Now there's a lot we could clear out of here. I think the first thing we should probably do is open all of the seed packs. I forgot to deposit this old school jumper. I used to wear this from time to time. Don't know why I kept it in my bank, so let's just get rid of it by putting it in here. Good. Now, a lot of people saying to me, why don't I put all of my seeds in the seed vault? That would save a lot of space, wouldn't it? But I use most of these seeds, but we're going to make it clean enough. I also found out that there is a take all option on these, which didn't know about that. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking out the seeds that I know I want or I will keep in the bank anyways that I just opened from all of these. Let's check the price of this. Not a bad haul at all. 3 million GP. And if we deposit that, that should be... Yeah, I didn't even realize I had more seaweed spores in there as well. So I'm going to go through these and try and make it a little cleaner, right? There's also the item identification plugin. So for example, right now I could put on it for some seeds right here, some tree seeds. So I kind of know what they are. Okay, so we've done a little bit of reorganizing in here, and I'll explain this tab a little bit and kind of why I have it this way. So at the start here, I've got all of my herb seeds that I use like pretty much all of the time. And then in between there, I've got like the allotments that I use, which are pretty much only snape grass, watermelon, and I also plant quite a bit of the limp seeds. And then I have the aspori seeds to kind of separate it all, and then I've got all the different fruit trees and also the regular trees that I plant in here. And then I have these 2 random seeds that I always use for birdhouse runs. They're just the junk seeds that you get from doing a lot of birdhouse runs. And then in between here, I've got all of the loot from farming, like the watermelons, the papayas, stuff like that. The farming outfit sort of in the middle here. And then how I make all of my compost with compost potions to super to ultra compost right in here. And I also have the volcanic ash. It could be better. Maybe I'll switch it around a little bit, but it kind of works for me. And then I have all of the actual plant pots that I have made up here, as well as the bird's nest from doing birdhouse runs and Kingdom of Miscellanea down here. I have the gardening trowel at the bottom here just so that I can easily make more of the plant pots, and then all of the seaweed spores for doing the seaweed runs. Probably could work, do a little bit better, but it works for me for now. Okay, here we go. This tab is kind of a lot. This tab right here is my skilling tab. I really like the way that it looks at the front here, of course, with all the logs, the gems, and then the bars. This is a very nice sort of skilling tab with a lot of items in it, of course. It gets a little messy down here. We've got all of our cooking supplies that we use, trying to keep it as organized as I possibly can with the raw and the cooked, and I like the way that looks. But at the bottom, it's just a bunch of random stuff, so we'll sort it a little better. Now, this is an item I could get rid of, these lantern lenses here, but there's so many of them, 56,000. I could note them all and just drop them on the ground, but this is kind of almost like a trophy thing. Don't need it, of course, but it was part of getting my 99 crafting. I don't think I could do, yeah, these light orbs are staying in the bank forever because there is 119,000 of them, and you can't take them out by a note. You'd have to individually drop them all. So those are obviously staying in there forever. So I might as well keep the lantern lenses in here as well. These sapphire necklaces, there's a lot of them. I could probably move them to, say, a junk tab. I don't really need them in here, but I could make some more games necklaces or whatever with them. Other than that, you know, grapes, we've got bowstring. These are all the daily sort of activities that I do, and this tab by itself is relatively clean. It definitely could use a little bit of work, but I think it isn't bad at all. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, up next is the Herblore tab, and this is where another tip is going to come in. I highly recommend all of you guys to go and get the potion storage from the mixology minigame. This saved me over 100 bank slots, and it's so nice for whenever I'm doing anything, raids, PVM, anything. I can just come in, grab them. They're already in 4 doses, right? And then you don't have to worry about organizing your bank to make 3 and 2 dose and 1 dose. You just dump them all in, and a lot of people also don't know about this. In the settings here, there is a, for the potions, right? Always deposit to potion storage. So say you sip 1 dose, oh, forget, you dump it back in the bank. That 3 dose will go right into the potion storage, and it's just so nice. This is one of my favorite items in the bank, just to make it so much cleaner. It also can store unfinished potions in here too, if you really want to go that crazy with it, but highly recommended this. This brought my Herblore tab down by over 100 slots, but there's still some organizing to do. So of course I like the way that it looks at, like, from here. We've got the grimy, the clean, the unfinished, and then the secondary to finish off the potion. For Renar, Amito, Harlander, Irit, lots of those Quam, Cantidine, Lantidine, Snapdragon, and then it kind of gets a little bit more messy, I guess you could say. We have the same idea with Toadflax and Dwarfweed, but at the bottom of the bank here, there's kind of a lot going on. So for example, I can get rid of these super energy, the stamina little thing there. This is the Mox Paste used for the mixology minigame, so I definitely should keep that in here. We've got some other secondaries that might come in handy, right? We've got like Dragon Scale, Dust, Chocolate Bars, Lava Scales, Amethyst stuff. So a lot of this stuff I don't really want to get rid of, but we were able to clear a couple of spots out for now. Yeah, the Aldrin right here we have as well. I think I just got that for the collection log slot, but yeah, otherwise this tab isn't so bad. I mean, it definitely could use some improvement, but we need to get more potions and stuff in order for that to happen. But overall, I like the look of it, and like I said, the potion storage is definitely a lifesaver. You save so many bank spots with this, so highly recommend you grind that out and get it, because this tab is looking a lot cleaner than it was, say, 2 years ago. Okay, so right here is a tab I think I can actually get rid of. This is going to be tab 4. We will probably get rid of this because it just has some capes in it, some random ass capes, like some quest cape, achievement diary cape, construction cape. I still use the construction cape from time to time instead of the max cape. Crafting cape, don't know really why. I mean, again, I could use that too. Max cape, we have the assembler max cape in here too. The rune crafting cape, just because it is my favorite cape in the game, and then we have some hoods in here too, so there's not much going on in here. I think I'm probably going to get rid of this tab and find some other spots for these items, maybe even in the first tab or something. Okay, this is where it's going to be kind of insane. I want to really clear this tab out. So what I'm going to do is actually switch over to, I have my max cape on, switch over to the regular spell book, and then I'm going to start elking some things. So for elking, the best way that I can think of for elking is probably to just put on the Tome of Fire right here, because that is what it is, because we won't have to use any runes for that. And then we also can just get some nature runes out at the bottom here. And then we're going to have to start just like elking as whatever we can, turn it into gold. We only have, again, like 35 mil, so we can elk quite a bit of stuff. There's a lot of these like random items in here, for example, like these wild pies, which I get from random drops, these chocolate bombs, these tuna potatoes, which I'll probably honestly just get rid of these. Like, they can be useful for combat, but I mean, I've got a lot of food, so I'm not too worried about that. Sanfew Serum 3 dose, you hate to see it. I guess I could put that in the potion storage, no? Yeah? Maybe? Okay, so apparently there's these extra giant soul amulets if you have from the giant titans, or the royal titans, I guess I should say. If you have extra of these, you can take them up to the odd old man, not the wise old man. That's where I walked first. But apparently you can use these on him in exchange for some big bones wherever he is. He's right here. So let's see if he will take these and give me some bones for them. You can either just drop them, or if you want to take big bones for them, then go ahead. You can use the big bones to actually charge it up. So 390 big bones. It's got to be worth something, right? 125k. Yeah, it feels weird like dropping things on an Ironman because like you can't just like get those back, right? I mean, some of them you can, but like wild pies and stuff, like it's just weird. Like even these unholy symbols, like what if I need those again, right? They're just dropping to the ground. I don't know. This bark, I found out you can get it from a rack source, so I'll be getting plenty of that in the future anyways. The other thing I was really curious in here was there were the scariest tails, or right here, the scariest spines. We can trade these in for some XP. Also, these like one-off potions like Zamarok brews, all I have to do is take them out, deposit them back, and they should go in the potion storage here. Yeah, if I ever need them, they're in there. Okay, we're gonna trade these all in for combat. Lamps, holy, can we, is there not like a use all? Okay, you could do prayer. What is the other thing you could do? Hit points. Oh, range magic. Like these are all free, bro. I guess I'll just do what, prayer for all of them. 3.5k each. It's pretty damn good actually if you... This is a good way to train. Oh my god, there's so many things to elk. Like if it's like 50 or more than 50 maybe, like I just won't be doing that, like because that's a lot of stuff to just elk. But like air battle staffs right here. Oh, we got some dragon darts which we'll throw in here and worry about that later. But like these rune warhammers, right? Like there's so many rune things. Oh, you gotta love the potion storage. Just take that out, remove it, and right into the bank, and the bank spot is gone. Beautiful water talismans. Look, we don't need any of that garbage. I don't know why I was also saving like pirate boots. It's a weird thing to save. I don't think we might need these skeletal things for something. I'm gonna have to look a lot of this stuff up. Okay, so the rest of this tab here is kind of like weird. I want to sort it more, like get all the like the runes or the stuff that I know I'm gonna get a lot more of, kind of put towards the top to kind of just show and stack up, and then the other stuff we can put towards more towards the bottom, right? I know we have a lot of the hides. We also have like a lot of bones. We got a bunch of pairs of these granite legs. I looked it up. They don't really do anything, so we're gonna elk those. Okay, the tab's looking really good, but there's certain things here, like the skeletal, that we can actually store in the POH. I'm gonna check and see what else I can store. Okay, we've made some pretty big changes that I want to show you. So first of all, we made a brand new tab. This is the old tab right here. There's still a bunch of stuff in it we need to sort out. But take a look at this new tab. It's much more organized, much more sorted, kind of like how I would want it. We have all the rune alkables at the top, the dragon alkables, hides, bones, different items here, staffs. Yeah, it just looks a lot cleaner. Alright, so it's pretty good now. I think we've got it pretty much down to exactly what we need. A little messy at the bottom. You know, you always have items that don't match up and things like that, but it does look a hell of a lot better. The next tab here, I'm not quite sure what to do with because it is just messy in general. I'm going to just sort it a little bit, but basically in here, I just have ammunition and barrows gear. Okay, so I kind of just like rearranged it a little bit. I always use this tab for like, if I need to go into the wilderness or something, I bring like rune gloves, you know, mythical cape, just some basic stuff. A lot of my ammunition's here, like I said, too. And that's pretty much the cleanest I can get it. I haven't completed all the barrows yet. I could actually fix a bunch of these and then save a couple slots there. But I don't want to fix it all right now. So yeah, it looks pretty good as well. As for my main gear tab, I don't really want to change anything. I kind of have it to how I really like it at the moment, where I pretty much just have my melee gear here. I've got all of my different amulets here, my void, and then we also have some range gear. And then we have wilderness range gear, and then wilderness mage gear kind of right here too, just like some useless little like mystics and black dragon hide. You know, Arams down here, and then, you know, it kind of gets a little messy, but it's organized to me, and it's kind of like more sentimental because it's kind of like in the order that I got a lot of these items, so I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think in like a year, maybe 2 years time, when I get a lot more gear upgrades, we'll fully revamp this tab too, but it's already pretty organized and clean, and I have it to how I like it. But there are some bank spaces I could save here. Like, I don't really need the fighter torso in the bank because we have, like, the bandage chest plate. But that took a long time for me to get. I guess I could store it in the house, probably. I don't really use whips anymore. Don't really use proselyte anymore, but it's one of those things where it's good for Slayer, right? And you never know when it could come in handy. But yeah, this is the gear tab. Okay, now this is the one that might take a very long time to sort. This is the junk tab, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I sorted it a little bit. There's some items that I could easily get rid of, like sardine. I don't need tiaras anymore, right? Because we got 99 rune crafting. Yeah, there's a few in here that like maybe I could throw out, right? Oh, we got our kitten in there. I didn't even know we had another cat. But there's some of these things in here, like I was just looking up these from the 2022 Halloween event. There's no way to get them in game right now. So I'm just gonna hold on to them for some odd reason because I'm weird like that. Also, this fossil dung I could throw out, but that was my first raid's reward. Yeah, a bunch of random pages. We got the Jad plushie we can get rid of right in here. These items right here are really weird, and you can only get one per account, or like each account can only ever get one of these, so I don't know. It's not like they're rare or anything, but there's no way that I would be able to get that again type thing. I also could probably like easily get rid of like the different gloves here, like the cooking gauntlets or goldsmith gauntlets, because once you have a max cape, you can have the effects of them. But I'm thinking when sailing comes out, I won't have the effects of everything at the start, so I'm gonna keep them just for now. And it's not like I need the bank space like a lot. Face mask is good for when I die and on Slayer task, and I need to get back to say Dust Devils or something, and I don't have my Slayer helmet with me, and then I'll just die again. So kind of nice to have a face mask. And other than that, these are all just like new items that I really don't know exactly what to do with yet. I need to get more of this Quetzal feed to build all the things. I need to finish a lot of the new stuff that I haven't even really touched yet, like magic leaves. Like what the hell? I mean, everyone's got a junk tab, right? It's kind of weird, like, getting rid of this item right here. Look at how cool this thing is. A shadow sword. I'm pretty sure I could just get it back. Let's see what happens for the destroy. You can get another by visiting a cave near the fishing guild. All right. We don't really need these anymore either, right? Might as well drop those to the ground. A little bit of cash right there. Ratiera, don't need that. La Tierra, that's a destroy option. We don't need minnows. We definitely don't need sardines. So, yeah, these two I can actually go put in the POH, So we might not have been as brutal as I wanted in getting rid of like everything in the bank, but I definitely think it looks a lot better now. It's much more organized and much more clean, and everything almost like has a place. And we got rid of a lot of junk, definitely a lot of junk. I'll just go through each tab one by one. This is the farming tab right here. It looks a lot better than it did, of course. Skilling tab, we didn't really change too much. I added the flax in here for some reason. Herblore tab, a little cleaner. This one still haven't gotten rid of, but we easily could. It will be nice to have like 2 random tabs open, especially for making videos, like loot from certain amount of things. And then this is the actual loot tab. This one we really changed, and I think this one looks very, very nice. We got so much alkables in here that we can turn into money. This is kind of the gear, kind of ammunition tab, a little better. Then we got our gear tab looking good as always. And finally the junk tab. We cleared a lot of stuff out of it, and it just looks a lot better. We saved like 125 bank spaces, I believe, in this video. We did open some seed packs and stuff like that, but definitely saved quite a bit of space. Now, one of the last tips that I want to give you guys for organizing your bank and making it very nice. I usually don't play on fixed. It just looked better in the video. I usually play on the resizable right here. So obviously, you see these things on the side. These are called bank tags. And you need to install this Runelite plugin, bank tags, and then you can get like another little thing on the side where you can store items in. Basically, you could drag anything into here, and it's like a separate little tab, and it won't mess up your bank at all. So you can have one for Slayer, whatever, right? So for example, I'll add, say, these Rune 2H's into my Slayer tab, right? Now they're in here, but they didn't move from the original spot, which actually can be very, very helpful. And if you don't want them in there anymore, all you have to do is remove the tag, and they're gone, and they're still in the original spot. If you want to take this a step farther, you can get the bank tag layouts. Now, as you can see, this is how I have these really interesting little things that will help me. So that, for example, this is my Chambers of Xeric one, right? I've got the gear that I want to take in, the inventory that I want, and that's it. It's almost as good as something like presets, right? So how you actually do this is, for example, I'll just put some random gear on that doesn't really matter. Boom, 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 right? Say we wanted to save that, save this exact inventory as well. I would come up to here and then click the new bank tag. So we're going to do it like this. We'll just call it whatever, LOL. We'll just make an example one right here. And then we got our new tag right here. So this is the new one right here, right? So we can click on it. And then we can click this little button here, and that's the bank tag layout. So you click that, preview the layout, and it will copy exactly what we have right now, like to a T, like even to our inventory. We can click, yep, we want to keep this. Now, whenever we say deposit everything into the bank like this, you know, we head up to a bank, we can just head to that exact tag, click it, and then gear very quickly, right? Get everything exactly how it was, and boom, you're ready to go on your task. So this is something I would never obviously use this, but like I've got one for the Thermi Smoke Devil. I've got one for killing the what the hell are those things called? The greater demon things. We've got one for Cerberus, the Royal Titans, our Raxor, Chambers of Xeric, farming. Very, very useful. I like it a lot. I'm going to delete this one that I just made because why would I ever need this? Well, I'm actually very happy with how this video turned out. The bank is looking very nice, and it's just more playable, right? You know, we can, play for a couple more years before we have to clean it out again. And yeah, it just having a nice organized bank always just makes the experience a lot better. You don't want to come in and have to search every time, like, oh, where is my dragon? Like, you don't want to have to do that. It's just nice to know exactly where everything is all of the time. And it's just appealing to look at too. I don't know. I've always really liked having nice, clean, organized banks. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed me cleaning out my bank. And hopefully you learned something from some of the tips and tricks that I've given in this. Maybe you can send me some of your banks, like what they look like on Discord. That'd be really cool to see what other people's banks look like as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next video. See ya later.